delay and looking forward to fruitful. Without, I am going to give, or rather I'm going to take this time to allow the senior management of the Department of Education to introduce themselves so that you know whom will you be engaging with, type of questions that you'll be asking to relevant managers in the department. I'm going to start from my near left-hand side. Where's the other mic?
Good morning to the Honorable MEC, my colleagues, and the media houses. My name is Viola. I am the Deputy Director General for Institutions, Management, Governance, and Support.
Honorable MEC, good morning, the media house and my colleagues. My name is Prince Masilo, the DDG responsible for curriculum management and delivery.
Morning, Honorable MEC, morning, Motsumi, fellow DDGs. My name is Harry Mashao, the DDG for Corporate Services and the CFO for Department of Education. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, colleagues, the senior management in the department. And also in our midst, we do have chief directors for responsible for various units whom will also be given an opportunity to introduce themselves. MEC, I would also want to make sure that you know the media houses that have been invited here. And by so doing, I'm also going to hand over Karovi mic so that the media houses which are here, they introduce themselves so that we know who's here. I know there are some also apologies coming from other media houses, and I think that the Malini will also notify us on whom is not with us today. You may start, sir.
Good morning, MEC. Ke Matlapi Mudisi, and I'm from UFM.
Good morning, MEC. My name is Philadelphia. I'm from Naledi News.
Good morning. My name is Nombulelo Konko from More Media Publications.
Good morning. Tebogo Leshuro from Network Live News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ibutse Matebesi from Fountain of Hope News.
Dumelang bagaetsho ke Kgosi Mang Steven Ramagama from Kgosi Media.
Madume bagaetsho Utsile Tlhapi, Northwest Journal.
Dumelang bagolo ke Ananias Ndlovu, Naledi News.
Good morning. Ke Puseletso Motshepa from Kgosi Media.
Madume Ubuankero Risang from Sechaba Times.
Agoye mo re bagaetsho leina la ka ke Molonta John Pelon from Mafisa FM.
Dumelang Lebogang Mosauka from Mafisa FM. Dumelang bagaetsho ke bidua Obakeng Maje go tswa go Taung Daily News.
Now, can you also take apologies from Tate Malindi, just to indicate who was supposed to be here, who couldn't make it to this briefing this morning?
Thank you, Chairperson. We've got an apology from Bua Mokhaetsu, that is Mathepo. She could not make it. She indicated that there's a national event that they are attending. So she's also representing the province there. And then we've got Thabo Rantla from, is a provincial paper, ne? It's Business Inc. Newspaper. Thank you, Chair. Those are the apologies that we received. Okay, and also we have the apologies from SABC Chair. They have indicated that they've got their stories that they are running, especially the one in Klekstop, the Stelfontein. We've got also an apology from 405 that they would not make it due to that story. But Sowetan has also indicated that they are going to join the media briefing through the Facebook. So we are also streaming it live. So everybody who wants to join can also see the developments from the Facebook page. Thank you, Chair.
All right, no, thank you very much. Please take note also, MEC, that we are streaming live from both the pages of the Office of the Premier and that one of the Department of Education. And also, in the interest of time, I'm going to request Ntate Malindi to come through to the podium and just to come and give us a brief in terms of the purpose of this media briefing this morning. Ntate Malindi, please, on the stage.
Thank you, Renchwe. Greetings to the MEC, to the senior management, all senior management and those who are sitting down that other side. To the colleagues from the media, greetings to you all. So the purpose of today media briefing is to provide a comprehensive update on activities that we undertook this year as a department. The platform that we have established allows the Northwest Department of Education to ensure transparency, address the critical interest, and to outline information about strategies applied in the curriculum delivery, school safety, school infrastructure, as well as readiness for reopening for the 2025 academic year. Through this engagement, we aim to inform the public by sharing accurate and timely information to foster engagements with the media that will create a dialogue by inviting feedback and addressing questions from the media. To the media that will be streaming live, we will be creating an opportunity for you to pose your questions to us. So we believe that as you are all in here, you will be able to engage with the department, because we are also going to have a second part whereby we are going to network with you. So we will also be having presentations by the different branches. The different branches is the Deputy Director Generals who are sitting here. They will also be able to outline in detail on the role that the department is playing. So you are feel free to pose any question. As the department, we are here to give you responses on all the questions that you have asked. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Ntate Malindi. I think we have now come to the time, or rather the purpose of today's briefing, where we are going to request the Honorable MEC, Viola Motsumi, to come and address the media houses. MEC?
No, thank you very much, and good morning, members of media from different houses and the senior management team that has joined us in this room and those through live streaming platforms. Thank you for making time to join us as we address the successes and challenges in the Northwest Department of Education in the 2024 academic year, as we are concluding this 2024 academic year. This includes strategies in curriculum development, examinations and marking of scripts, 2025 readiness, which includes distribution and delivery of LTSM, learning teaching support material, school safety. And honorable journalists, on Thursday, the 28th of November 2024, the Northwest, as the rest of the country, managed to conclude its NSC. When we talk of NSC, we are talking about National Certificate, Senior Certificate Examination period. I must indicate also that as the province, as the Northwest, for this academic year 2024, we registered close to 45,004 candidates, including 41,495 full-time candidates and 3,449 part-time learners across 449 examination centers. This milestone underscores our commitment to quality education and effective administration. I must indicate that as much as I indicated that we have concluded our examinations, but we did experience some incidents during the examination period. I must indicate further that despite our efforts, we encountered a few challenges. Computer malfunctioning during the writing of computer application technology occurred at 3 centers, but I must indicate that additional time was granted to affected learners. An unusual incident where a rhino trapped in one school caused delays and disruption during examination. This incident occurred in Bojanala district. There was a community unrest that delayed the submission of scripts in some of the schools. This incident actually occurred in Ngakamudiri Molema. Instances of candidates giving birth and one principal failing to collect question papers on time, leading to suspension and ongoing investigation in that particular regard. Examination irregularities in business studies and history involving cell phones and crypt notes have resulted in immediate blocking of the affected scripts pending investigations. The department has taken steps to ensure the integrity of the examination processes, enhanced training for officials and examination personnel to reduce administrative errors, the procurement of error-free question papers and efficient capturing of SBA. When we talk of SBA, we are talking about school-based assessment. Marks completed 2 days ahead of schedule. Timely commencement of the marking phase on the 1st December 2024 with 20 marking venues fully prepared. I must also indicating that marking is a meticulous and essential component of the examination cycle. The following measures have been implemented. Training of 67 chief directors, markers, 67 internal moderators, and over 2.8 markers to ensure consistency and quality in marking processes. Rigorous venue selection based on criteria such as adequate space, security, ICT facilities, and basic needs. Marking venues were audited and personnel, including venue managers, security staff, and marking assistants were trained before marking commenced. By the way, I must indicate that in terms of us complying, we are compliant. DBE, which is the Department of Basic Education, together with Umalusi, they've managed to give us a go-ahead in terms of our marking centers to say that they comply 100%. I must also indicate, like already I indicated, that the marking has started on the 1st of December 2024 and will conclude on the 12th December 2024. This will ensure readiness for the release of the results in January 2025. By the way, the results will be released on the 15th of January 2025, and the host district this time is Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. A critical concern that continues to dominate the headlines and important and impact the learning environment in our school in the province. I will be visiting War School Rustenburg today, which is one of the marking centers to assess actually the conditions they are working under. And also there's going to be also a media address there where I'll be actually having a virtual meeting together with all markers across the province. But the host is Bojanala, like I've already indicated. One of the issues we will address today is school safety. The Department of Education in the Northwest Province is deeply committed to creating and maintaining safe spaces where our learners can focus on their education without fear or disruption. As we prepare for the reopening of 2025 academic year, we remain steadfast in our mission to uphold the highest standards of education in the province, while the Department of Education supports establishment and growth of independent schools that meet the requisite criteria. We cannot condone the operation of schools that do not adhere to legal requirements. In this regard, we have taken a decisive action to close 3 illegal operating schools in the province. And we will continue, as the Department of Education, encouraging parents out there together with the affected learners to make sure that they verify before they register with any institution. They have to make sure that particular institution eba register mo go yone. It's institution e leng gore registered, because normally we are encountering challenges where now at the end of the year, when the learners are supposed to get their results or their certificate, there are issues regarding the credibility of those particular certificates. So we'll continue to encourage parents out there and those affected learners of making sure that verification is done. However, 13 schools in the Bojanala district and 14 in Dr. Kenneth Kaunda continue to operate outside the bounds of the law. We wish to emphasize that we are resolute in ensuring that every child in our province received quality education in an environment that is safe, compliant, and conducive to learning. The continued operation of unregistered and illegal schools undermines these principles and poses risk to the education and safety of learners. To this end, we urge all independent schools to adhere to the necessary registration processes and legal requirements. The department remains committed to engaging with stakeholders and providing guidance to legitimize institutions. But we will not hesitate to enforce compliance to protect the interest of our learners and the integrity of the education system. In our public ordinary school, we continue to place learners to maintain a hassle-free academic start. Our focus for learners intake is grade R, 1 and 8, as these are entry grades to primary and secondary schooling. As of the last week of November, 52,506 grade Rs are placed, with 780 still not placed. 50,222 grade 1s are placed. The outstanding is 515 unplaced, while on the grade 8, we have a slight number of 58,667 placed and 2,556 still unplaced. The process of placement is ongoing as we keep referring learners to feeder schools. We are proud to announce that we will be handing over some few schools to cap the shortage. We are aware that there are schools that attract preference of parents, and our approach is to elevate the burden from these schools. One of the schools, ladies and gentlemen of the media, it is great pleasure for me to inform you that the following schools will be handed over in January 2025. Mokala Primary School in Ngakamudiri Molema in Ratlou Sub-District. Tlakameng Primary School in Dr. Ruth Sokhomotsi Mompati in Kagisano Molopo Sub-District. Sarafina Secondary School in Dr. Kenneth Kaunda District in Matlosan. Ladies and gentlemen, we are determined to bring up, by the way, another project the department is unveiling, the Mother Tongue Bilingual Based Education Initiative. By the way, I did launch it at the beginning of last month. A program which is a step towards a more inclusive, culturally rich, and effective educational system that respects and elevates our learners' cultural identities. You look at your Eastern Cape, they have already started with this particular program where some learners are being taught with their mother language. In Eastern Cape, as we know that Xhosas are dominating. As I'm speaking to you, the grade 12s, habakwala their final examinations. Ba kgona go ikwala ka puo ya bone. Therefore, as the Northwest Province, we saw it fit that we must be one of the provinces by eleng gore ba starta with this particular program. And I must indicate that from January 2025, our grade 4 learners across the province will experience instruction in Setswana, which will serve as a primary language of learning and teaching in mathematics, science, and technologies, not only Setswana, and Sesotho, and Sixhosa. because already Xhosa is being practiced in Eastern Cape. So it's going to be very easy for us to access the textbooks and so on. So we are starting this year. I must indicate that not all the schools will have this kind of a program. We have sample schools. We have selected actually 300 schools across the province. And we've tried our level best to balance those particular schools according to the districts. The Northwest Province has 1,435 public ordinary schools, and all have ordered stationery, while 1,429 ordered textbooks. We continue to make a call on the retrieval of textbooks and that they should be kept in a good condition for others to use them the next year. And we are appealing to the parents because normally we are encountering challenges when they are supposed to come and collect the reports of their learners without bringing back those particular textbooks. We are appealing to them that as the Department of Education, we are affected by some budget constraints. So it is very important, it's very key for them to make sure that they return those particular textbooks so that other learners also benefit from those particular textbooks. And it will assist us as the department in terms of our budget, because like I've already indicated, we are experiencing some budget constraints. Only 6 schools did not order textbooks for all the grades in all subjects, and we encourage them to share experience with the rest of the schools. The idea is to spend less as much as we can in the reordering of textbooks. We continue to emphasize the importance of retrieval of textbooks from learners at the end of the academic year. However, we discourage any action against our policies such as withholding of the report cards. So we are also appealing to our principals out there to say that come that particular day where the learners and parents are expected to come and collect their reports, I must not encounter any calls whereby the parents are complaining to say that the principals ba gana go fa bana ba bone the report. But as much as it is within the policy, also we are appealing to the parents. We know that we do have different quintiles. There are some schools that are non-fee paying schools. There are fee paying schools. So expectation is that the parents must make sure that they pay the school fees before the end of this year. And we encourage them to make arrangement with the principal so that there is a smooth in terms of administration in that particular school. Because it means that those particular schools survives through that particular school fees. So without paying that particular school's fees, indeed, actually you are not assisting us as the Department of Education. So if you don't have money for now, go and make some arrangements with the principal before the collection of the reports. And those that they've registered their children in the independent schools, they have signed contracts there. I'm not expecting to receive calls from them to say that the principals, they are refusing to give them the reports because of them not complying to terms and conditions that are there. So please make sure that you pay those particular schools, because those independent schools, they survive through those particular school fees. So expectation is that you must go there and make necessary arrangement with the principal so that the principal will be able to give you the report, young one. The grade R LTSM is an integral part of the report for grade R to 12 and not separate components. The only distinct aspect is the different publishers who provide grade R material exclusively. Supplementary material was ordered from all the grades, grade R manufacturers and publishers. Orders and deliveries of assistive devices to our special schools is also underway, because we have to balance. As much as we are paying attention to our public ordinary schools and independent schools, but also we must realize and understand that we are having special schools. And also we have to make sure that we provide them with all the materials like we are doing with these other ordinary schools. Over the past month, we have been alarmed by recurring incidents in schools, ranging from bullying and corporal punishment to gangsterism, substance abuse, and even tribal tensions. These behaviors undermine not only the safety of learners and teachers, but also values of inclusivity, respect, and discipline that are pillars of our education system. One school that has been in the spotlight is Miriti Secondary School in Rustenburg in Bojanala. This institution has faced so many challenges of gangsterism and bullying, which really, it had actually a potential of collapsing even the examinations. That is why as a department, we made sure that we moved the grade 12 from that particular school to Swartregens. And the learners were happy together with the parents in relation with the interventions. To address the situation, I personally visited Miriti Secondary School twice this year to assess the conditions firsthand. As an immediate intervention, we deployed 4 armed security personnel to the school. While this is not a solution for every hotspot school due to burglary constraints, it was a necessary step to stabilize the situation and restore order in that particular school. School safety is not only our responsibility as the Department of Education. It requires a collective and sustained effort from all stakeholders. Allow me to outline the strategies we have implemented. Number 1, adopt a COP program where we have partnered with South African Police Service. Community policing forums. We work closely as the Department of Education with community policing forums to encourage community involvement in the school safety. Parental engagement. We continue to emphasize the importance of parental involvement in addressing disciplinary issues. Because without parents as the Department of Education, I don't think that we'll be able actually to arrest the situation in terms of safety in our schools. So we need each and every one regarding this particular matter. Collaborative solutions. We are collaborating with the Department of Social Development to provide counseling services for our learners affected by bullying and violence. In addition, our teachers receive training on how to identify and address signs of abuse and neglect. Infrastructure upgrades. While fencing, security cameras, and additional security personnel are ideal, I must indicate that the resources are limited. We don't have actually enough money to hire and place these security guards in all the schools across the province. But as a department, we are doing something about it. That is why we have prioritized that each and every school, it must have a security fence at least. And we'll continue to encourage those particular schools that have a capacity of employing security personnel in their respective schools, of assisting us as the department through SGB, obviously, of making sure they fundraise and making sure they hire the security personnel. The fight for safer schools cannot be won by the Department of Education alone. Even journalists, we need you. Even different media houses, we need you. When we are doing good things in terms of issue of security in our schools, expectation is that you must show people out there that indeed as the department we are doing something. Not focusing only more the negative part of it, where the learners are stabbing each other and are fighting among themselves and so on. But I've got confidence that indeed through this particular collective, they will be able also to balance and tell the good story to tell. Ladies and gentlemen, the Department of Education in the Northwest continues to navigate challenges with resilience and determination. School safety, learner attainment, curriculum delivery, and examination integrity are fundamental to our vision of providing quality education for all. While challenges remain, our progress in addressing these issues reflect our commitment to improving the education landscape. I'm thankful to my senior managers and team education for their continued support, and I invite all the stakeholders to work with us in excellence, in quality education and success of our learners. Together we can create an education system that serves as a beacon of hope and opportunity for our province. I cannot take for granted the immense contribution for our external stakeholders through the examination processes. They pulled up and showed up in many ways, whether in the form of business owners, the University of Northwest, SAPS, our sister department, and many more. It really takes a village to raise a child. May we continue to do what is best to raise an African child. And in conclusion, ne ke ikopela ko bagolong ba rona, batsadi ba rona, gore as a Department of Education, we are not going to allow walk-ins come January. If you have received a regrettable letter from the school that you applied for your child, give us an opportunity and space, because the Constitution of South Africa is very clear to say that each and every child is entitled to education. So we are definitely going to make sure that your child is being placed in one of our schools in the Northwest Province. There are schools like Fields College. Already I'm receiving calls left, right, and center, where the parents keeps on insisting that they want their children to be admitted in those particular respective schools. Remember, we are guided by norms and standards. Therefore, we are trying our level best to deal with these issues of overcrowding. So those particular schools, unfortunately, they are full. A practical example is Mabato High School. Mabato High Secondary School. Your Mahikeng Secondary School. Your Solplaki Secondary School. Those particular schools already they are full. There is nothing that we can do. In Dr. KK, I know that Milna Secondary School is going to be one of the schools where we'll be receiving requests and interventions from parents insisting that their children must be actually admitted in those particular respective schools. Unfortunately, we are not going to allow that. What we have to do, what we can assure you, is that all the learners definitely will be placed in different schools. We are not going to leave any child or any learner behind, because they are entitled to education. In that note, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Thank you for the brilliant statement. And I hope Ntate Malindi and the team will also share the soft copy to all the journalists who are here for ease of reference if there's anything. Is it done? All right, we appreciate it. I'm told it has been done. It will also be easier for you to, thank you so much. It will also be easier for you to, if you want to refer to something else on the speech, while you are going to give that opportunity of answering questions to the Honorable MEC. So now is that time of the day when we are now going to move to this part where the journalists are going to ask questions, and then the Honorable MEC and the senior managers will be responsible for those answers. So I'm going to give to Ntate Malindi and the team so that you assist each other in terms of facilitating the questions and all that. So what I'm going to do, I'm also going to grab this mic and put it also on the table so that it can also be utilized by the Honorable MEC and the senior management there. Ntate Malindi. My apologies, sincere apologies. I forgot that we have microphones for journalists. So, Honorable MEC and senior managers, you will then come to the stage when you have to answer the questions, right? Ntate Malindi, over to you. The roving mic is ready again, Ntate Mpata. Okay.
Thank you, Renchwe. Colleagues, I want you to feel free. Yeah, this is the moment that we have been waiting for, whereby it encourages a two-way flow of communication. So we want to hear from you, and then we will also be able to answer. And also there are colleagues who are joining us through Facebook and various platforms of WhatsApp and so on. We will also give them an opportunity to raise their questions. And Datem Pata Molokwane will be able to indicate the questions that we have received via WhatsApp. And Luena Usbayanda, you will do the same. Linda De Godfrey Siate is there also. So colleagues, this is the moment for you to interact with the department The principals are ready to take your questions. Maybe I will see the hands from the different corners. I see Ntate Motlhaping Modise from UFM, Ntate Ananias Ndovo. From Naledi, I see the hand there behind of Ntate Obaking Maje from Taung Times in Taung. Thank you. You took efforts to come from Taung to Rustenburg for this media conference. In that way, Rory Sang from Sechaba. Yeah.